Welcome back to another series of The Art of Living. Today I wanted to talk about sovereignty, and what was coming up for me is the idea that in our process of timeline shifting, the death and rebirth, where we are going to alchemize energy, we're going to let go of something, replace it with something else. But the big point of this is that we want to have sovereignty over that process, and we do. So that means we decide when that information's coming in and out, when it's time for us to make a change, and how many times in our life have we been like, it's time for me to make a change. That is stepping into your sovereignty. It's really being in control of, this is my time to up level, to heal, to change, to shift. And in no way should anyone be telling you at what time that happens. We can go into situations for support, but typically when you start something like this, a journey of self-inquiry, it is because you've decided that it's your time. And so you always want to keep that in the back of your mind. The other part of our sovereignty is ownership. When we have sovereignty over life, that means it's not like, oh, my chest is so big and I'm arrogant because I'm a sovereign. No, it's you own your experience, you own your energy. It's under your sovereignty. Your being, you are responsible for you. You are responsible for alchemizing, healing, shifting, creating, up-leveling. It's all on you, and it's all on me. So we can't blame anyone for our success. We can't pin it on anyone else. Like, if you're successful, it's because of you. If you've, gone on a path where there's been some bumps and, it hasn't gone the way you wanted, that's on you. And there's always something there, though. So here's the thing. When it comes down to sovereignty, is that it feels good because, you know what? I can own the fact that I need to heal something in my life and I haven't let it go yet. So that's mine. It's my responsibility to handle it. It's no one else. This allows energy to be very quickly alchemized, because when it becomes mine and I no longer want it, how much more quickly am I going to work on what I need to do to let it go? How much more am I going to want to do the work that's necessary so that I can become this new version of myself? So this is one of the guiding principles that is in my series and that we're working with, is really taking ownership for everything that's going on in my life. This is the series for today. This is the big lesson for today. Sovereignty is ownership. That means I own everything in my life. If something is going on around me, it's because I'm sovereign over it. It's because it belongs to me. So everything outside of us is a direct reflection of what's going on in the internal. So as a sovereign being, I need to take responsibility for what's going on around me and say, what's going on in my universe? What is going on in my world that I need to look and shift? And when we do this, that just shifts it off of everybody else. No one is to blame. No one can take your power away except you. And we've given our power away over so many millennia. And it's time that we take our power back. Sovereignty is actually the huge piece of the puzzle in humanity that we need to understand, because once we take our sovereignty back, we can take the planet back. We can take our lives back. We can have a better place. So it is absolutely essential that we start to begin to develop a sovereign path. And the first way to do that is over our lives and over our energy and what is going on around us. If something happens, let's say, okay, so for example, if something is going on in my life that shows up and I'm pissed about it, or I don't like it and I'm upset about it that it showed up, there's something going on in me. So I'll give you an example. During one of my retreat ceremonies, literally 4 hours before the ceremony, my partner's car breaks down. And I'm like, this is my worst nightmare. It's before retreat ceremony. We're about ready to go into a sacred space. And my mind is like, I have to go pick her up. I have to leave the property. I have to go and handle this. And I had to completely stop in that moment. And I'm like, this is my universe. This is something that I need to deal with. It's not her fault. It's not the car's fault. It's not the universe's fault. It's actually on me. And I had to own that. And so that actually completely calmed me down. I was like, there's nothing I can do about it but accept and allow. And what's here for me? What is possibly coming up because of the situation. So I go and, I was like, I don't even know anything about cars. So I just offer my presence. And I just say, there's nothing I can do. Everything is going to work out exactly as it needs to. And whatever's here for me, I'm sure I'm going to figure it out by the end of this weekend. So stuff is going to come up and we're not going to like it, but it's still part of us. We can't deflect onto something because we don't like something. And that's not sovereign. That's not powerful. So in order for us to take our power back, we're going to have to face the uncomfortable. We're going to have to face the shadows, the stuff that makes us frustrated, angry. That is the shadow work. That's the work that we have to do, because now it's made me feel something that I don't want to feel. And so I want to blame the person. I want to blame the thing that's making me feel bad, but it's not. It's me. I'm making myself feel that way. When we do that, that shifts the focal point back on me, and I have to deal with it. And so number one lesson is that this is the work that needs to be done. This is the deep amount of responsibility and ownership that we can have over our lives. Because when something no longer affects you because you're like, I'm not going to lose my power over that today, you're in your power. You're in your sovereignty. And nobody can mess with that. Honestly, you can't really mess with a person that says, I'm not bothered by this. Everything's going to work out. I know that there's a reason that this is showing up for me today. And I'm excited for the lesson. I'm excited for what this is going to show me. And so this is one of the guiding principles of the art of living, is stepping into that power. It's just such an amazing place to be. And I wish that, many who are taking this journey, even just remembering a little small amount of this, can shift our world. We can have more power in our lives. We can have more say of how we feel. And this is an exciting place to be. So, to go and to do practical things in your life, the first thing and the first step is to start, where has something made me feel where I don't want to feel? Like if you're in an energy and you're like, I just don't want to be here right now. I don't want to be dealing with this. And you're angry or frustrated. That's a great place to start. Maybe you're sad. Maybe there's healing that needs to be done. Maybe there's a memory. Maybe there is something in the past that you simply just don't want to be around anymore. This is now where we're going to step into the power of healing and become our own healer, become our own alchemist, and our own sovereign. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll be back next week with another episode on the art of living.
How deep can we go?